made it.
We made it.
Should we tell him what we're doing?
Let's tell him. You tell him.
You guys remember Scott? And he actually helped us out with their truck breaking down the other day. And right now we're getting ready to fly over to his house to do some work on one of his SIs and then one of his Midori hatchbacks, which is kind of cool. I don't know if I should give a whole lot of information on the flying situation, but we do have a private pilot, if you want to call it that. So yeah, we'll be flying there. But yeah, here we are. We got all of our tools. We've got compression tester, pretty much everything down to every single socket and wrench that we own. And hopefully we can knock all this stuff out. We're gonna film the whole process. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this, because this is pretty cool, crazy opportunity for you and I.
Yeah, it's a very cool, unique experience for the both of us
For
to be
sure.
able to do. So breaker 19, we are sticking the landing. Over. We have landed. Puppy sounds like a 5.3 with a cam, tell you what.
Well, should we take our tools out there?
I think it's time.
All right, let's do it.
All right, I'm in.
You cozy?
Oh, I'm nice and cozy. Look at this. Hit hurricane. Oh, God.
Scott was kind enough to give us our own personal rental car. So yeah, you guys may recognize it. Kind of funny, honestly. Yep. Yep. This is my old car, if you guys don't know. Yeah, it was just a single jingle and everyone hated it.
It was a single jingle and everybody hated this.
Yeah.
Like, look at it, dude. Like, I think it's kind of cool. Like,
Everyone thought the color was ugly, but like nowadays it's pretty legendary, historical color in my opinion.
It is a historical color, like, for sure. I mean,
Little Midori.
staring at that under the hood.
That looks like a work truck to me, you know what I mean?
No, it does.
You know what I'm saying? Like one of those farmers' work trucks, how some of them are green like that.
How that looks is how I'm feeling right now. Like, past that is pretty cool.
But yeah, so the plan is today in this video is, as you guys see here, we have a Midori hatchback, and it is maybe some of you don't know, one of the lowest trim package cars you can get. And they made very limited quantity production of them back in '96. I believe they only made roughly like 3,000 of them, something like that. I'm not 100% sure. This car, to my understanding, did not have cruise, didn't have power steering, electric windows, doesn't have a sunroof, no electric door locks, no AC. And today, the plan with this video is we have a shell here. It's an EM1 SI. We're going to be taking the subframe lower control arms, power steering rack, all the power steering system out of this car and putting it in this car. So it should be a pretty somewhat simple swap. We'll see. We'll see. It's about 6:04 a.m. Got a little later start than we wanted to, but that's because Dustin can't wake up. So, isn't that right?
What?
That's right. So yeah, this is what we're working with right here. This is the subframe and lower control arms that we're going to be swapping out. Anyway, we're going to just start trucking away on this. Oh yeah, and I want to show you guys. I already showed you.
Yep.
Look what he got for us. Specifically called us and asked what size hoodies we were. Like, these are really nice too. You can see the embroidery. I think it has a Honda badge on the arm somewhere too. Yep.
Yeah, they're sick.
So. And then blue. Dang, it's cool. Well, as you guys saw in the last clip, we got the subframe dropped out of this car, and here it sits right here. So we do have a new power steering rack coming for it. Unfortunately, it's not here right now, so at the time of this trip, we're not able to go ahead and throw that rack in for him, but chances are we'll be back, and we'll probably be the ones that end up throwing it in there, hopefully. lots of pushing later.
Yep.
Got the car staged up here on the lift, all ready to rock. Got it. All right, so we went ahead and dropped the shift linkage, got the exhaust taken off. Dustin is currently fighting the track bar, and we got this side off already. All right, as you guys can see, just got the subframe dropped. Pretty solid. Here it is right here. All we got to do is swap over this motor mount, and then we are pretty much dialed, and then throw all this up in there. All right, so I just wanted to take a second to give you guys some context of what we have going on here. So our tools are very limited. In fact, so limited, as you guys have probably seen, we have a jack holding the subframe up. So the idea behind this is Honda has a hydraulic jack. It's like a table system where you set the subframe onto the table and jack it up hydraulically. And then you're able to set it up into its home to line up your bolts, like that one right there. But we don't have that, so here we are using a jack, using the lift system as well to lower the car down, and now we're using the jack to finesse it the rest of the way. But yeah, got it all lined up. We got one bolt in right here and then one on the other side, and then we use the lower ball joint to help guide it and even further.
Yeah, we're in home stretch. It's super close, like everything's lining up the way that we were hoping it would.
And another thing, we're also trying to follow the red SI outside as guidance to see where these power steering lines go, because it is kind of tricky stuffing these lines and a big old subframe up at the same time. You guys can probably see why. There's even a hard line right here. So overall, it's not a terrible process. It's just we don't have the proper tools, but I mean, we made it work, and
we're making it work.
It's all that matters.
And everything's naturally kind of going in its home, which is very convenient for us. So
went ahead and got the subframe all installed. You guys can see right here, we got our bolts paint pen. We do this on every car that we work on, including our own. It is to ensure that not only the bolts got fastened, but you're also able to go back and see the marking, see if they are removed for whatever reason. And it's just proper practice.
There's many purposes to it for it, and it's all good.
For sure. We will be back under here in a couple of weeks. We're gonna come back and do some more work on it. But as of right now, everything's tight, and at least, I don't know, he can go ahead and throw the wheels on and roll it out of here if he needs to. Yeah, we're just gonna keep pressing forward. We need to take that subframe and put it inside of that car so then we can make this one a roller and then get it out of the shop and then take it to the crusher or whatever he's gonna end up doing with it. But yeah. We didn't touch the back ones, but just again, to be safe. All right, we got the subframe and everything all torqued. Everything's solid, wheels are torqued. Car's back on the ground. He has another car out front he wanted us to look at. We were supposed to do a timing belt water pump on this car today, but due to the lack of proper equipment to get the subframe up in there, it took a little bit longer than we anticipated. We also went ahead and stuffed the old subframe back up inside of this car. Like I said, due to time, I don't believe we're gonna have enough time to get this done today, and I don't wanna leave a car torn apart for him. So this is where it's at for the moment. Can't put the power steering pump on yet, because like I said, timing belt water pump, all that's gonna be in the way. So we're gonna leave that off for now. Same with the exhaust that we pulled off earlier. Gonna leave that off. He has a brand new NVIDIA exhaust system right there that he wants us to throw on. But again, due to having to come back and do the power steering rack here in a couple days, all that other front end stuff, suspension wise, and it doesn't make sense to put all that up and then take it back off here in a couple days, pretty much. Sure. That's where we're at right now. We're gonna bring that other car in, diagnose it. It's some sort of timing issue, we think. We'll talk about it when we get it in here. All right, guys, we got this car pulled in, but we got our compression tester hooked up. Reason being, we were told that this was torn apart recently for a head gasket job. Head was gone through and everything out of machine shop, but I guess the wrong spark plugs were put in. And when I say the wrong spark plugs, I mean, these are what spark plugs are supposed to be in it, something similar to this. Apparently the thread depth was a little longer than it was supposed to be. and I guess they went to crank it over and it sounded like it was hitting something. So they pulled the plugs out and found out that the electrodes were smashed from the pistons hitting it. They stuck a borescope down in there, said that the top of the pistons were scratched. I don't know if maybe it hitting those spark plugs, maybe it jumped the tooth on timing or what's going on, or if it damaged the piston or valve, anything, I'm not entirely sure. We got a compression tester hooked up to it and a fresh battery plugged in, and we're gonna go ahead and
see what happens.
All 4 holes and see what it makes.
All right, guys, quick little update. We were able to pull the valve cover, check timing. All of that looked really good. Spark plugs were pulled when we pulled it in, but we got the spark plugs put in and tested it. It kind of tried to run. And then we ended up pulling spark plugs and cranking it without the spark plugs in it and watching what the cylinders were doing. We noticed 2 of the tops of pistons were quickly getting soaked. It's a possibility that injectors are being stuck open.
It's getting fuel, it's getting spark, verified all of that. And yeah, like Dustin just said, cylinder 2 and 3. Initially, we were cranking it over with all 4 spark plugs out, and I could see those 2 cylinders filling up the fuel. And with the compression of the piston coming off, you could also smell it blowing out at you. Scott gave me permission to go ahead and pull the fuel injectors out of this car, just for diag purposes. We will put it back in this car tonight, but we're throwing them inside of the red car to see what happens. And if it works, then great. Then we know that we had a fuel injector issue. Did you find that nut you dropped?
Yeah, I found that one. I dropped 2. So I'm a genius.
Got the injectors in here. I'm just waiting for him to source out that other nut, and we will be on the home stretch. Okay, go ahead and crank her up. See what it does. Looks like all I needed was some injectors. Yeah, they thought it was a timing issue, compression issue. Look, we were diagging this thing for the last 2 hours. Okay guys, so we have a couple of misfire codes. So, I mean, obviously it was running really rough. We pulled the fuel sample. It looks like there's water in the fuel, but I didn't show you guys. So we're gonna pull another little sample. Perfect.
Yeah, you can see it right there. Oh, whoops. Right there.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's water. This car needs the fuel tank drained and flushed. This car needs a fuel pump with that fuel pump sock that sits inside of the tank, fuel filter, and then I would say brand new injectors, honestly.
For sure.
Yeah, same with that car over there. So I'm gonna tell Scott I wanna do it on that one too. Because these injectors are out of that car. So I mean, and both these cars have been sitting for years. So, and I doubt the fuel filter's ever been done before. I had the same issue on my green car, and I pulled the bottom orifice off the fuel filter, and it was like muddy fuel dripping out of it. You saw the picture. I might even add the picture in the video right here.
Yeah.
So you guys can see what it looked like. Well guys, time has come.
The time has come.
10 hours later. We got a lot done though.
We got a good amount done.
In terms of subframe, swap subframe, move cars, diag that car for like 2-3 hours. That car needs some love. Oh, dude, I'm tired. I'm just shutting down hard.
Flat exhausted, especially as soon as we stopped, dude.
Yeah, I know.
Overall, dude, solid day.
I had a lot of fun, dude. Well, on that note, guys, we'll be back to work on this car some more. And same with this car, you guys will definitely be seeing more of these cars soon. And who knows, we might even start working on the other red one here in the near future as well. But that's gonna do it for today's video. You have anything you want to say to the guys?
From Hondas to airplanes.
It'll stop on
Hey, how's it going up there?